The Daily Driver by the Review Bros. We are reviewing another pre-workout. You might ask why we're doing that when we sell our own pre-workout. That's basically just to absolutely bash the shit out of it. Nah, joking. It is actually, in my opinion, one of the better pre's I've ever tried. Tom's is slightly different to mine, but
we'll come on to that.
We'll get into that into the effects section. We'll start off by taste.
My first ever experience with pre-workout was Wolf juice. So I've never really had pre-workout before that. Obviously energy drinks and things like that, but pre-workout's a complete different animal. I thought that compared to Wolf juice, obviously that being my only experience prior, it was a bit more sour. I don't know what exactly the flavour was, if you get what I mean. Like I know it was like a summer fruits type taste, but I don't know that it was quite sour.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It was a lot more sour than your typical pre-workout. But when you look at the ingredients in there, you kind of expect that sourness just because of how stacked it is. Obviously, the more stuff you put in there, the harder it is to mask. So I thought, considering what's in there, I did think it tasted really good. I quite like a sour taste.
Yeah.
So for me, it was
obviously you're willing to sacrifice a bit of taste for the
100%.
The effects, aren't you? So
I mean, I'd always rather the pre be good rather than it tastes good. For me, I'd probably say about an 8 out of 10 for me. I don't know what you give it.
Yeah, I reckon 7.5.
So yeah, so it's still decent.
Definitely like upper range.
It's not like horrible, but it's not like drinking.
No, exactly. I could drink it. It's just because I think I've been spoiled with the Wolf juice, and I think that tastes so nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's all I can go off. So.
Yeah, for me, I'd say it's better than in my opinion, the blue guava. I'd say it's better than that. Like I'm not that keen on that one. I used to love it, but just from hammering it, I'd say it's not as nice as the Forbidden, and I'd say it's on par with the Hawaiian, but obviously I've absolutely hammered them. This is kind of a new thing for me, so it's nice to change it up every now and then. Mixability,
yeah. Go on, what you're saying?
So for me, I found that it did leave some bits in the bottom of the shaker when you mixed it.
Yeah, I found that a bit. I mean, again, you expect it, obviously considering how much stuff's in it.
That's it. The more stuff you put in there, it's gonna be harder to mix basically. The less that's in there, the easier it'll mix. Yeah. So yeah, that's again kind of to be expected. I wouldn't say it's bad though. I've tried some that are horrendous. I'd say again, an 8 out of 10 for me.
Probably 8, something close to 8. Maybe. Yeah. In fact, no, I'll probably go 7 because you can tell me if you had this. When I mixed mine, I had some tiny little black things in the bottom. I don't know if that was just from.
I'm not sure.
Might have been just, this is why I was confused though, because it can't have been like my shaker, because it's a clear shaker.
It might have just been some
it could have been, I don't know,
residue from the mixability, but
again, this is just straight up honestly. I'm not trying to come at it sideways. It's very possible that could have been my
shaker,
or I don't know.
I didn't notice any of that. I didn't notice a bit like cloudiness. It wasn't like a clear, clear mix, but obviously considering what's in there, I think it's really good mixability. So yeah, I'd say 8 out of 10. Do you say 7?
I think 7.
7, yeah. Tom's been a bit harsh on the scoring.
No, 9.
Effects. Let's jump straight into the important.
The effects. I didn't feel the effects immediately, which is kind of, I mean, you don't want to finish your last.
Oh, we've got a customer. We're back.
Yeah, obviously I didn't feel the effects straight away. I think in terms of that, like you don't want to finish your last mouthful and then immediately be.
Yeah, you kind of want a bit of a warm up there.
Yeah, so I started to feel the effects. I did a set of muscle ups. I did like 5. And obviously from that I was quite gassed. I feel my heart pumping. As soon as I finished that set, my heart was beating. I was like, you know what I mean? It was pretty
kind of in your blood then.
Yeah. As soon as I got the blood pumping, I was in it. Yeah, I'd had like 2 days off training prior and basically just train like a beast. I can't lie. It was a good session. Trained for like an hour and 40. You know, I wasn't gassed. at all. It definitely made me feel like I could train a lot longer. It was only when my muscles obviously started to fatigue a bit that I had to stop the training. Otherwise, I could have probably been there for like 3 hours.
Yeah. I'd say similar, to be honest, mate. I'd say the pumps are really good. I don't know if you noticed that, but for me, the pumps were quite intense. I did legs on it first time, and it was a bit much, to be honest. I don't know if you've ever trained legs on a massive pump product. That gate's this is a problem filming a YouTube video whilst running a shop. So effects wise, train legs, the pumps were intense, probably a bit too much. I don't know if you guys have ever tried a pump product whilst training legs. It can be intense, like you're wobbling about gym, like you've shit your pants. I don't know if you've ever but then anyway, did it again, trained upper body, and it were amazing, like really good pumps. The sweats you get on, I'm not sure what's in here that makes you sweat. I don't know
do you know what? I was just going to say that. I finished my workout, like I said, I trained for a long time, so I probably pushed it a bit too far. After about an hour and 40 training, which already sounds a bit ridiculous. Thought it'd be a good idea to do some rounds on the sled, back and forth. Fair bit of weight added on. On the third round, which was the heaviest, and obviously the furthest into the training session, I just started to sweat like profusely, and I started feeling a bit sick, a bit sicky, like bloated up here. But again, like, I want to make it clear that's my fault. Like, you should never push yourself that far. But I mean, you can look at it two ways. Some people want to train like that to the point where they feel sick. So
I mean, anyone recommend it. Like, if you train hard for an hour and a half, 2 hours, no matter what product you take, you're probably going to feel quite sick by the end of it.
Exactly.
But that's something that I definitely note in here, like the sweating. Like, I don't know what it is, because I've looked at the ingredients, I've looked it over a couple of times, and other than the caffeine, there's different types of caffeine in there. Obviously, that can bring your body temperature up. I don't know what it was, but like every time I've used it, I like it. I do like getting a good sweat on in the gym, and I find that when you get a good sweat on, you're kind of dialed in. I don't know if you find that.
You feel. I don't know, it's almost like an intrinsic reward. Like, you actually see the effects of training. You're training hard.
So I really like that, and focus brilliant, energy brilliant, and it seems to last like 2-3 hours. Obviously there is 4 different types of caffeine in there, decaffeine malate being the slowest releasing one, so 100 milligrams of that. I feel like that dragged it out, and also no crash for me. I don't know about you.
I slowed down a little bit, but it wasn't a crash. It was
pretty
like gradual.
So effects wise, what score would you give it out of 10?
Effects, I mean, I couldn't give it any less than a 9, to be honest.
I'd say 9.5. Being someone who's tried pretty much every pre-workout going, I'd say this is up there with one of the better ones, if not the best one I've ever tried, alongside the Wolf Juice, obviously. I'd say it compares to Wolf Juice in the fact that it's more like a daily pre-workout. It's not something that you're going to be like off your absolute barn taking, like some people want.
Like over half a gram of caffeine, that kind of thing. I don't want to be doing that.
And like your Himba and stuff like that. It's not going to get you off your barnet, but it's good used for every day. And like I say, I really rate it. I would recommend getting it if you wanted to try a new one. We've tried the Cerebral Blast flavour.
Cerebral Blast.
I think that's the only flavour there is, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. This.
Another customer. Touch on price real quick. You're looking at about 45 quid for 20 servings, if you do the full thing. That is quite expensive. It's one of them more premium.
45
price.
plus delivery as well, isn't it? So you're looking at like
probably going to be 50 quid. It is one of the more expensive products. You can see why with what's in there.
Pay a premium for the contents, and we're giving it high scores for performance. So again, it's
I'd argue that it's worth it for some people. Definitely not if you're on a budget. I mean, if you're on a budget, I wouldn't get this. If you're someone who spends money on supplements anyway and you want to try it, I'd say it's worth trying. You're not going to be disappointed. You could even do 1 scoop half a serving.
Well, I think if you were doing, say, a session a bit later on in the day, or if you're already feeling pretty energized, you don't necessarily have to use that 2nd scoop, I don't think. But
1 scoop gets you more than the majority of pre-workouts, to be honest, on the market. So if you looked at it as 40 servings, it'd still come out just above £1 a serving. So it's still on the pricey end, but I'd say it's worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, I think as well, like, say somebody who's just kind of getting into, say you haven't bought a pre-workout before and you're looking to get something that's high quality, and the thing with pre-workouts and the like is once you buy something like that, you are pretty committed to then using that whole tub, otherwise like it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
If you've only got 20 servings, you can look at it like,
yeah,
if you don't like it, at least you only have to have 20, 20 servings, and then you can move on to another one. So
it ain't gonna be like some of your pre-workouts that you buy where you think, fuck, you have a scoop and you just off your nut, you can't sleep, throwing up and shit. Like, it's a good pre-workout. I feel like it'd get on with 99% of people.
Yeah.
There's no in there that they've thrown in just to make it stupid or all like that. The things that you want in there are in there at good doses. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's worth the price, but it is on the pricier end. So I'd say, I suppose if you're rating it on price, I'd say it's like 5 out of 10 maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like 5, I don't know, maybe 5 sounds a bit harsh just because it's like...
Yeah, I suppose if you're going off the 40 servings,
yeah,
maybe 7 out of 10.
Probably, yeah, I think 7.
Yeah.
Decent. I'd give it a 7.
I'll go up a couple then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the Review Bros Daily Driver pre-workout review. Do you have anything that you want us to review that you're not sure on?
Definitely not.
We'll be able to get our hands on it.
Yeah, big shout out to the Review Bros as well for their support and reviewing Wolf Juice earlier on in the year.
Class set of lads. If you're watching,
yeah, boys.
Collab. Right guys, we've just got the news that the Blue Guava is on its way, finally. So now we've got the Hawaiian Punch in stock and the Blue Guava. The only issue is, obviously the Blue Guava orders have been racking up over like the last month or so. So now is the time where I'm gonna have to actually pack them all and send them out. So yeah, usually I'm getting a couple orders a day, so it's manageable. Obviously this is all built up, so now it's going to be a big load of work getting all these orders out to you guys. I always try to throw samples in and even leave like personal notes, especially to people who have ordered a couple of times, just to see how they're going on and stuff. I feel like it's a nice touch, and it's a good way that they can get to know the customers. The bigger the company, it does get hard to do that. Obviously, knowing all your customers personally, like by name, it is hard. It's getting hard, but I do like to keep in touch with people, see how they're going on, and yeah, just any feedback, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get these orders all packed up and out today. Right, so what I'm doing here is I'm just checking. I've put all the orders in that need to go out. I did actually do quite a few earlier, put them all on my Royal Mail account. They just need to be paid for and the labels need printing out. So what I'm going to do now is clear the office because it is fucking full of shit as normal. We're having a big clear out. It's going to be tidy in the coming future. But at the minute we've got boxes full of crap. We've got more boxes full of crap. Wires everywhere. Yeah, going to bin all the crap I don't need. Try find somewhere else to store the other stuff that I do actually need. And then I'm going to get the boxes prepared for the orders. Obviously the Blue Guava isn't with me yet. So what I'm going to do is print all the labels, get all the boxes ready to go with the bubble wrap in, all the business cards, stuff like that. So when Monday comes around, I can literally just stick the labels on, put the Wolf Juice in the boxes, and it'll be good to go. Right guys, after a little bit of work there, we've finally got the office cleared, got all the crap out. A lot of it did just get wanged, as we say in Yorkshire. There was some useful shit, so I'm glad I went through it. Now put together the boxes ready for the delivery to arrive. There is a couple that are Hawaiian Punch as well, so I can pack them up and just get them out today. These fit a tub of Wolf Juice perfectly, so they're bang on. What I'll do is I'll make the boxes up, then I will put in some bubble wrap ready for the Wolf Juice to go on top, with a business card and like a supplement shop card as well. I'll tell you, the bane of my life is finding the end of the sellotape. If anyone's got any tips for finding the end, let me know. Right guys, I have just finished boxing them up, and now add the bubble wrap, then I'll add the business cards, and then I'll probably just stick the labels on with the packing note in there so I know what's going in on Tuesday. It's a little bit of work, and I mean it is quite mundane shit. Life as a business owner isn't always fun and games. Obviously the making the YouTube videos is probably one of the most exciting parts about this, but yeah, there's a lot of just fucking making boxes and shit like that. Shit that isn't glamorous, but it's got to be done. I mean, I do enjoy seeing them all when they're all packed ready to go, and obviously I enjoy the feedback when the customer gets the box, but you know, packing the boxes probably isn't the most exciting job, probably one of the worst to be honest. So now I'm going to put the bubble wrap in, get these boxes ready, stick the labels on, and then I might even write a few personal notes to a few customers who have been who've been supporting since day one. As we've got a few boxes ready to go, bubble wrapping, just need to put the business cards in. All the labels are currently being printed. Literally we stick half of this on and then I'll leave half in the box so I know what's going out. But yeah, almost ready to go. It is, like I say, it's one of the most mundane jobs as a business owner who's sending stuff out, like packing the orders. It isn't much fun. Yeah, so I'll just show you what I put in there. So this is one of the business cards. Pretty cool. Probably going to get some different ones made for next time just to keep it exciting. And then we've got these as well, just to kind of say thank you and like join the pack. Obviously you're part of the pack if you buy some stuff. Yeah, I'll get them packed up now. Hi guys, we're back from the bank holiday. We've had 3 or 4 days off from the shop now. I did actually finish putting the boxes together and we are still waiting on the wolf juice. It is coming today in about an hour's time. So we'll be able to package all that up. Just had an email from the supplier. We've had another absolute nightmare with the wolf pump. One of the ingredients that we've got in there, the usual supplier has put a minimum order of 100 kilograms of this ingredient on the order, which is obviously ridiculous to say that we're only using like 1 gram to 2 grams of this ingredient in the formula. So we are just trying to work out a solution to that. One of the solutions would be to add a different ingredient in there which is similar. The only problem is obviously I've had all the graphics made, all the pre-orders. I've kind of promised that it would have this ingredient in there. I never said that obviously the formula could change. So yeah, we're trying to kind of get this problem solved. I'm really keen to stick with this formula, so I don't know, we're going to have to try work it out. It might mean getting it from a different supplier. This supplier is based in the US, which is why they've kind of put this 100 kilogram minimum order on. I mean, in the future 100 kilogram might be feasible when we're ordering more units, but at the time being it's just ridiculous really. So yeah, we're going to work through that problem. I'm going to get my head down, make some calls and try get this problem sorted. In about an hour's time the wolf juice will arrive. I'll get all them orders packed out, get them out to you guys, and yeah, wish me luck.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that.